Welcome to Virtual Japan as we are here today for round number 6.
Oh, Pearson gets into the 95 of Fultz. Here comes the caution.
Flag is dropped here at Daytona and away go for the first time. Nicholas Morcel, Sean.
Looks like most get through unscathed. Look at that, there's Reed Gibson. A big move at the inside line of Doms, possibly a little bit of contact.
Now as we've got 3 wide action going through turns 1 and 2.
And they're underway. Eric Hahn takes a nice jump. Wilson hasn't let it go very far.
Go out here for Circuit Spa Francorchamps. Alex Johnson's off to a brilliant start there.
See just how oddly shaped this one is. We saw in the background Eric Hahn go for a bit of a swing, and he's gone and he's over.
Smooth stuff. Cody Graham's the one-on-one up into second place. Alex Johnson 6/10 lead at the moment.
They're dicey up front. There's Andrew Kessel, Justin Sang.
They are ready to go. The lights are out and away we go for the very first time here at Okayama International Circuit. Finley Fitzsimmons.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to the Spark Truck Series here at the Spark Racing League. We make our way out to the virtual Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway for a little quasi-short track racing. As always, I'm your host, James East with Team Goon Squad Broadcasting, bringing the action in a piece 60 frames a second as we are out here round 3 of the season and already starting to see some fans showing up. We got Michelle P joining us here. She's cheering on Mr. Dade Grajewski in that number 6 machine. Dade, unfortunately, did not put down a qualifying time here, as we've got just a couple drivers out on track. We've got Clifton Simmons on his out track, the number 88. We've got Abram Ghostin hasn't put down a lap yet, as well as Steve Vest in the 06 machine. Right now, it's Jacob Bradley sitting on pole in that number 50 machine. And it's going to be interesting. This track a little bit shy of 0.7 miles around. And we've got 125 laps on the board. There's Simmons getting a little bit squirrely in that Toyota. Simmons moves up to 17th with his first timed lap, a 22.38. He's looking for a 21.38 or better here if he wants to dethrone Bradley. But Bradley, this is quite literally his home track. Bradley actually works at this racetrack in the quote-unquote real world. So I think he's got a little bit of an advantage here. Simmons, a 21.92, bumps up to 15th in the 88. And I haven't seen Abram Ghost in the number 22 or Steve Vest in the 06 go out on track, so I'm not sure if they're going to put down a qualifying time here. As unfortunately, we had Dade Grajewski and Paul Thomas not put down a clean lap in qualifying, so they're going to be starting towards the back here. And I don't think Ghostin or Vest is going to get back out on track. I think this is going to lock up the qualifying order for today's main event. We got John Rapp here joining us. He's cheering on Chase Berry, that 46, starting 10th. And that is going to wrap up qualifying here as we get ready to send these drivers out for the feature event. Let us know where you're from, who you're cheering on. Drivers will be going back and noticing the fans making noise for them. And let's go through the running order here today. On pole, Jacob Bradley, the number 50. Hunter Gio starting 2nd. Zach Roethlisberger starts 3rd. Chris Smith starting 4th. Brian Brope starts 5th. Peter Stewart starting 6th. Ellis Thomas starting 7th. Johnny Rapp starting 8th. Thomas Bergeron starting 9th. Chase Berry starting 10th. Evan Pienta starting 11th. We've got Patrick Hardgrove starting 12th. And we're going to cycle on back. Nick Seraph starting 13th. Robert Brope starts 14th. Clifton Simmons starting 15th. Nathan Gentry starting 16th. Charles Ayers starting 17th. Robert Lidl starting 18th. Abram Ghostin starting 19th. Steve Vest starting 20th. Dade Grajewski not having the start he's looking for. He'll be starting 21st. And Paul Thomas will round out the truck field here today. There's Bradley and Gio on the front row, lined up behind our iRacing safety car. Looks like we're waiting on Charles Ayers. He made the grid. And now Abram goes to the number 22. I'm not sure if Abram's going to make it here, as he did not put down a qualifying time. We've got Steve Bradley over here joining us, cheering on Jacob Bradley's got to be pumped to see that number 50 in the top spot after qualifying. Sam Stoner joined us up here as well. He's cheering on Peter Stewart, our lone Canadian, piloting the number 91 Chevrolet. We're going to do one opening lap here. And then we're going to send them out for 125 laps here today. That's Bradley, Gio, your front row. Roethlisberger and Smith, your second row. Brian Brobst and Stewart will make up the third row. Safety car is in. And we are green flag racing here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Bradley up front, Hunter Gio ripping the high side. Zach Roethlisberger, the number 93 machine. Looks like he's going to tuck in behind the 33 of Gio. Chris Smith, Brian Brobst rounding out the top 5 here. As already somebody's off track. That's going to be Lidl, the number 80 machine, finds himself in a precarious position. Not seeing a caution, though, so we're going to keep things rolling forward. Robert Brobst gains his second spot against Nick Serif, making some early moves. Dave Grajewski. We pan over to Grajewski on board the number 6 machine. He's grabbed 4 spots early on, as well as Paul Thomas, the 42. Just trying to get some momentum built up here after a rough go in qualifying. A little bit further up ahead in the field, Chase Berry, Johnny Rapp, Ellis Thomas, a 3-truck battle for 7th. Looks like Berry's going to break away here a little bit, and Evan Pienta is going to follow that 46, get around Ellis Thomas, the number 8, but I see somebody sliding around. That's Thomas Bergeron. Got a little bit of help there, trying to get off the racing line. And somehow the number 42 of Paul Thomas also gets involved in that one. But let's see what happened to Bergeron. I got a little bit of help there from Robert Brobst. I'm not quite sure what happened to Thomas here. Looks like he missed the downshift. Very peculiar. And then something happened. Robert Brobst showed involved in a crash. I wonder if he just pulled over here. So I think Brobst realizes, hey, I caused that one. Pulls off the line and prepares for the EOL. So that is going to be our first caution of the night. Get some nice words from the fans. Always appreciated up here in the booth. And with our first caution of the night, it's going to be really nothing's changed in the top 5. Went ahead and put up a poll for the viewers out there as well on the YouTube side of the spectator area. Let us know Are we going to have more or less than 5 cautions here tonight? 2 options are, nope, it's going to be good, clean racing. And the second option is, yep, we're going to wad up some perfectly good race trucks by the time this 125-lap feature is over with. Let us know what you think. Robert Brobst at number 5 went to the end of the line there, getting awarded a penalty from race control. Got a couple of hard charges out on track. Dave Grajewski in 14th, Paul Thomas in 15th are both up 7 positions so far. Got some of the fans thinking Grajewski's going to cause at least 7 cautions. Hopefully not. Grajewski normally runs very well. Pace cars down pit road. The start's going to be on Bradley. Green flag is out. And we are rolling once more. Now, Roethlisberger, the number 93 machine, keeps taking a peek to that inside line, but he's got Chris Smith on the high side right by him here. Roethlisberger in the Aflac back 93 Ford F-150. As the field trying to get single file here, not quite having much luck with it. And it looks like things are going to get a little bit sorted. Now let's go back to Grajewski, who's about a half second up over Paul Thomas. Thomas on screen, the number 42. Both those drivers are up 8 spots, and behind them, that's Ellis Thomas, the number 8 machine. See a little bit of damage on him there. Looks like he's going to come down pit road, it looks like. And we've got another caution. And Nick Seraph finds himself off the track. I wonder if this is going to be a hardware issue. Seraph has had good luck so far this season, not having the wheels disconnect, but he just loops it out there. And unfortunately, that's going to be enough. He's close enough to the racing surface to bring out a caution. Already on our second caution of the night. So far, 100% of the viewers have voted that we're going to have more than 5, and only 12 laps in. It looks like those predictions may be accurate. This keeps up, I'm going to go run and get some water up here in the booth. Gotta agree with Sam Stoner making a comment as well. If Seraph didn't have bad luck when it came to hardware, I don't think he'd have any luck at all. John Rapp joined us in the spectator. I'm not sure if maybe that is the parent to Johnny Rapp in the 52, or we might have a driver texting and driving right now. Looks like I think that might have been Ellis Thomas getting a wave around. Rolling out of pit road, Nathan Gentry, Abram Ghostin also took this opportunity to come down pit road. Gentry is going to be 6 laps down, it looks like, at number 4, but with the way we've had caution so far, I wouldn't discount him. Plenty of opportunities for lucky dogs here. Very interesting. 100% of the viewers still thinking it's going to be more than 5 cautions here this evening. Now, I'm curious, with the amount of cautions we've had so far, Are we going to force these drivers into a single file restart and see if things clean up a little bit? Right now, it kind of looks like that's going to be the case here. All right, so John Rapp, Johnny's dad. So Junior the third, whatever Johnny may be, is thankfully not texting and driving, but cool to see the whole Rapp family coming out supporting the show. And it looks like we are going to split them back up, double file. Bradley and Gio, the front row. Roethlisberger, Smith, your second row. Brian Brobst and Stewart will be the third row. Steve Bradley confirming what we were thinking. If this is how the cautions are going to keep flying, it's going to be a long night. Safety cars back down pit road, but important to remember, drivers do not have a fast repair here at the Spark Truck Series, so no magical get-out-of-jail-free card. If you find yourself with a heavily damaged truck, you've got to fix it the old-fashioned way, hammers and duct tape behind pit wall. Bradley again with a great start. I'm keeping an eye out on Roethlisberger. Has been really trying to work that inside line off the starts, trying to get a nose in against Hunter Gio. Able to stay right in the quarter panel of that 33 machine, but not quite able to get the legs he's looking for, and not able to put the power down coming to the start-finish line. Gio's going to have another big dive here under the braking. Excuse me, Roethlisberger, another big dive under braking. Gio trying to carry as much speed as he possibly can to keep Roethlisberger at bay. And it looks like that's going to work out for Gio. And now Chris Smith trying to put the pressure on Roethlisberger. And what will be the battle for third? Right behind them, you see Brian Brobst, Chase Berry. Berry's been making moves up 4 spots early on. Still all 22 drivers out on track. And an incident reported with Paul Thomas. No caution for the 42. Let's see what happened. Does he get some help? No, just got loose all on his lonesome. Drills the wall right by the spectators. Need to put up a catch fence there. But luckily, we're going to keep this thing clean and green. Brian Brobst sitting in 5th, the number 11 Toyota Tundra, trying to track down Chris Smith, the number 28, who sits in 4th. But he's got Chase Berry, who's been making moves here. Hard Charger out on track, though. That's Dave Grajewski, the number 6. He is up 9 spots so far and has worked his way up into 12th. Lidl and Simmons side by side for 13th. There's Robert Brobst, the number 5, looking for an opening. You can see the drivers getting a little bit hail happy in these trucks, trying to put the power down on the technical track here at Lucas Oil. And I just heard somebody else had an incident, but we didn't catch it on camera. Bergeron and Simmons side by side for 15th. Bergeron working the outside line, Simmons the inside. And just ahead of them, Pienta and Rapp are going to go side by side for 8th. Charles Ayers, the number 7. Looking for an opening here, but tough to find it when both drivers ahead of you are running so quick, so consistently. Rapp working the inside line against Pienta. Pienta trying to carry that extra corner speed. Oh, a little bit of bumping and grinding there. Rapp gets loose, and he's going to lose his spot. There goes the 7 of Ayers moving up. That's going to be his 8th spot gained here. And there's another tight battle right as I pan to it. That was Robert Brobst and Robert Lidl having contact. Both drivers getting knocked around here. Thankfully, no incident. Bergeron, Brobst side by side for 13th. I've got to say, I'm impressed. Every time we change the camera, it seems like we find some great racing out on the course here As Jacob Bradley up front, putting on a clinic, 1.1 seconds up over Gio. Gio holding about a 6/10 advantage over Zach Roethlisberger, sitting in third. Bergeron and Brobst, Robert Brobst, still side by side for 13. Even though we haven't had any green flag runs so far, I would still think drivers need to be mindful of the tire management if this thing does start to go green for a little bit. Looks like Brobst is going to take over that 13th place spot, putting Bergeron squarely behind. A little bit further back, looks like Abram Ghostin has made a move against Ellis Thomas. That'll be for 18. And we check back in with race leader Jacob Bradley. Nice Sunday cruise here for the number 50 Chevrolet. Over 1.25 seconds up over the rest of the field. Still has about 6 or 7 seconds on track before he starts running into traffic. The next driver, the first driver he's going to catch is Paul Thomas, that number 42. And to give the field their credit, 1st through 21st, all running within about 7/10 of a second of each other as far as lap times go. So everybody running a very equal pace. Just seems like it's very difficult for these drivers to make any passes. We got Michael Keithley join us in the spectator area. Great seeing Mike. So far, we've had 2 quick cautions here at Lucas Oil Raceway, the Spark Truck Series. But still seeing drivers make some good moves. You're watching a 4-truck battle for 4th develop. You've got Barry, Stewart, Pienta. Oh, that was somebody. I think that was Stewart up into the wall there. He might lose a spot to Ayers. Guess he will. The number 7 machine works the inside line. That's going to be the 9th position gain for Charles Ayers. And right behind them, there's a story as old as time. Robert Brobst, Dave Grajewski side by side, the 2 old friends and rivals. Oh, and that's going to be short-lived as Grajewski gets plowed. And that's going to be worth the slow-mo replays. We're still crashing here somehow. Let's see where that one developed at. Here is Brobst and Grajewski side by side. Let's back that one up. So we got the Spark Truck Series chopper cam. It's Brobst on the high side, Grajewski running the middle line. I think Grajewski comes up there. No, that's Brobst that comes up. The number 5 machine, excuse me. So it was Brobst running the middle groove, Grajewski running high. Grajewski held his line there. And then just gets absolutely hammered there. All right, Thomas Bergeron, and then the hits keep coming, unfortunately, for Grajewski. And there's Clifton Simmons giving another hard shot to Grajewski. So Michelle giving us the inside scoop. Her fiance, Dave Grajewski, reporting to her, I don't think I have that much damage. Now, nobody tell Dade, but I think he does. We're under caution. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab some water up here in the broadcast booth. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more here at the Spark Truck Series. All right, we are back in the booth and we are well refreshed and ready to go. So Rap, the lone driver, the number 52 machine. One of two drivers, I should say, staying out on his original set of tires. Thomas Bergeron, the number 86, still out on his original set as well. Gonna be interesting to see what Rap can do here with the older tires underneath him, but he will have the track position. Chase Berry looks like he might be on a fuel-only stop, maybe a two-tire stop for that 46, so that's two drivers out front that are going to be rolling on a little bit older tires. Let's see if Bradley can work through the field quickly here. Coming out on track, the number 50 machine. Rap going to try and force him on that inside line. But Bradley, oh my goodness, putting a big move on Johnny Rap there, putting the new tires to work. And Bradley's going to take back over the race lead from Rap. Got somebody up in the wall. That is the 46 of Chase Berry, a little bit of a bobble. And we've got somebody sideways. Who was that? That was Patrick Hardgrove, going to bring out the fourth caution of the night. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you bet there is going to be more than 5 cautions, I think you might be right. See what happened to Hardgrove. A little bit of contact there with Seraph is enough to upset the 74 machine and send him around, and that's going to be our fourth caution of the evening. Had enough time up here in the booth with the quick second caution. We could have got a drink and some trackside popcorn here. Now, I'm curious at what point is race control going to tell these drivers it's time for a single file restart? As we've definitely had just about as many laps under yellow as we have at green so far here at Lucas Oil. Our charger out on track, Charles Ayers, the number 7 machine, is up 12 spots so far here. Something has happened. Robert Probst showed a crash under caution, followed by a tow back down pit road. I think Probst might have just called it quits here. We have some of the fans joking, saying Rap is going to have to give the old chrome horn to Jacob Bradley. I think that's going to be tough. Bradley Watch this restart. I'm predicting he gains a half second on those with older tires rather quickly. But Rapp is on a different strategy. He doesn't have to get out front as we go green flag racing once more. Just needs to keep hammering down and try and set himself up so he's got the freshest tires at the end of this feature event. Roethlisberger moving up into second, side by side with Rapp. Carl Zayers, the newcomer, the number 7 machine, trying to work the inside line. Oh, and we're going to hint at 3 wide here. Rapp on the high side. Around goes Pienta. And the cautions will continue. Now, you know when you see 3 wide at Lucas Oil, things are about to get exciting. There's the 3 wide, and that's what happened. The 33 of Hunter Gio checked up a little bit, did not want to be in a 3 wide situation. And then Pienta just tagged the back of him there with nowhere to go. And for those 6 viewers that said we're going to have more than 5 cautions, you are right. Now, it is interesting, even though we've had 5 cautions, there hasn't been as much carnage as I would have expected with 5 cautions. Yeah, Triple D saying we hit the magic number for the pole, not even to the halfway mark of today's feature event. Barney, our flagman, he's going to have a sore arm tomorrow, vigorously waving that yellow flag every, what it seems to be every 5 laps here. So Bradley's going to get credit for another lap led. Charles Ayers has moved up. That's going to be his 14th spot. Steve Vest, Dave Grajewski running 9th and 10th. They're both up 11 positions. As we continue under eye-pacing conditions here at Lucas Oil at the Spartan Truck Series. Averaging a caution every 10 laps or so at this point. Oh, I hope we don't hit 12 cautions then. Now, tonight's race, if we ran green from start to finish, we were looking at about a 45-minute race. And Johnny Rapp did come down pit road on this pit cycle, took 4 fresh tires underneath him. So now Rapp is going to have the freshest tires out on track, but he's going to be starting 15th, down 7 spots from where he qualified. I don't know if the top 5, top 10 have had enough green flag laps since their lap 34 tire change to really make that much of a difference. Now, we're not quite sure what the fuel numbers are looking like, but I'd imagine at this point, most drivers are going to be looking pretty good on fuel to make it till the end. Safety cars down pit road. We're going to try and get some green flag laps going here. Keep an eye on Ayers, the number 7. He's starting the inside line. Going to try and quickly get a nose in against Roethlisberger. We are green flag racing once more. Bradley gets a stereotypical hole shot And Ayers, the number 7 machine, way down on the apron, trying to squeeze his way up into second, has to gather the truck up. That allows Roethlisberger to hold on to second place spot. And now Ayers is going to have pressure from Hunter Gio, the 33 machine, looking to the inside line here. Ayers gets a little bit loose. Here comes Gio working back up the inside line. Right behind, that's Chris Smith and Brian Brobe side by side for 5th. 2 wide and 2 deep from 3rd place back. You're watching the battle for 3rd, Hunter Gio versus Charles Ayers. Gio the 33, Ayers the number 7. Not sure if it's Ayers or Ayers. We'll have to get some clarification on that, as Charles is a newcomer here at the Spark Truck Series. And Hunter Gio putting in some work here in that number 33. But it's tough when you're pinned down that bottom to get any sort of run built up. Looks like he's going to get clear here and get back on that preferred mid to high groove tucked in behind Roethlisberger. We were talking about Rapp before this this restart. He's coming out with fresh tires as he is right behind Pienta and Grajewski. Pienta also came down pit road on lap 48 and took 4 fresh tires. No Pienta, I think, either on a 2-tire stop or a fuel only. And Pienta and Grajewski linked up door to door here, as Rapp trying to find an opening here in the battle for 11th, but not having any luck. I don't think Rapp's going to force a 3-wide situation. Broadcasters and fans all in agreement. Rapp is a very calm, very polite driver. Is not going to force the issue here. He's going to wait for somebody else to have a mistake before he slides right on through. Grajewski getting a little bit slidey there in the number 6. And that's exactly what we're talking about. Rapp sees the mistake from Grajewski and slides right up into the 12th place spot. Steve S., Thomas Bergeron battling for 18th. Bergeron works the inside, but it's going to get a little bit of net code there. And somebody else looks like they're going to get collected. Vest and Bergeron both off track, and I think that was Nathan Gentry. Just an unfortunate bystander there. And that'll bring out our 6th caution of the night. So Bergeron and Vest get linked up. And then poor Gentry got a piece of it there right at the end. And that'll bring out the 6th caution here at Lucas Oil Raceway. You've got Ellis Thomas, Clifton Simmons, Thomas Bergeron, Nathan Gentry, all on pit road. Robert Brobst retired his number 5 machine just about 30 laps prior. As at this time, drivers will be displayed both the yellow and the cross green and white flag, signaling the halfway mark of today's main event. And we're going to have to buy some new tires for the pace car if this keeps up. 6 cautions at the halfway mark. You're on track, no pun intended, for a 12 caution race. So we're getting them all sorted up. The 10-lap green flag runs seem to be still accurate here, averaging a caution every 10. And that doesn't even count the 3 or 4 laps we do under iPacing here. So really, we're seeing about 5-lap green flag runs before there's an incident out on track. And really haven't seen anything malicious or, drivers causing incidents. What's the best way to say this? Not negligently caused incidents, just single little mistakes. And with how tight the track is, things compound very, very quickly. We're gridded back up, double file. And we are green flag racing. There's Bradley with the trademark. Excellent start here. Roethlisberger holds on to second. Hunter Gio is going to try and work the inside line. As there's Charles Ayers, the number 7 machine, up in 4th. Might have the preferred line here. That's where we've seen most of the drivers like to be, is that mid to high groove as Gio is pinned down low. There's Chris Smith, the number 28. He's trying to work the inside line. But if the tires start to fall off, very tough to get things going there. Well, we've got somebody pointing the wrong way, and I think that's going to be Chase Berry with another caution. And Steve Vest gets tied up in it. I wonder if Berry rejoined in front of Vest here. So keep an eye on the 46 machine. Chase Berry just loses the back end. Oh, and pulls right in front of Steve Vest. Poor Vest. Can't be faulted at all for that one. So that's going to be the 7th caution of the evening. So looks to be currently still 15 drivers out on track. Steve S is going to return in the 06 machine. Ellis Thomas, Chase Berry down pit road. Looks like Clifton Simmons, number 88, also going to come down pit road. But out of those 4 drivers, everybody's going to get back out on track here. So my prediction tonight was there are going to be 12 drivers that finished it. We've whittled away 4 drivers so far here this evening. Looks to still be 18 out on track, 17 of which are on the lead lap here. As we've got 55 laps left to go, the 3rd race of the season. Our charge is still going to be Charles Ayers, the number 7 Chevrolet, up 13 positions from where he qualified. And then a night of attrition. I think drivers just need to stay the course and keep their nose clean. And they'll have a pretty good shot here. I think everybody should be able to finish on a one-stop strategy after the large amount of fuel saving that has been allowed to these drivers throughout tonight's feature event. We're gridded up double file once more. And we are green flag racing here. Bradley with a great start. Roethlisberger trying to keep the pressure early on. Hunter Gio trying to hold on to that third place position. In the 33 machine right behind. It's a little bit of action. Charles Ayers, Chris Smith, Brian Brooks leaning on each other's doors here. The number 28 of Smith and the 7 of Ayers grinding a little bit of pain against each other there. Smith not quite able to make it happen on that inside line, but he's going to stick to it here. But it looks like he just doesn't have the run off the corners that he's looking for and has to be careful. Brian Probst, the target back, number 11 Toyota, trying to squeeze himself a little higher up in the top 5. Roethlisberger staying a little bit closer to Bradley on this start than we were expecting. You've got Smith and Brope side by side for 5th. Right behind them, that's Stewart and Seraph, who are doing their own little bit of side-by-side dancing. That's what we're talking about. Brope's running that mid to high line. Seems to be able to carry a little bit more corner speed. Doesn't have to pinch the truck back down. Coming out onto the straightaways, the small straightaways here at Lucas Oil Raceway. And I think that's allowing him to save a little bit more tires as well. Evan Pienza, Johnny Rapp battling for 9th. Rapp has some of the freshest tires out on track. Pienza gets a little bit loose there. He's going to lose the spot to Rapp. Pienza dives back down the inside line. Rapp definitely starting to dive in the corners a little bit more here. Trying to point and shoot that 52 machine and not carry as much pace. That could play out here well for Rapp if we, for some miracle, get a green flag run here tonight. Rapp keeping the pressure up now on Nick Seraph. Who is that? It's Charles Ayers getting all sorts of out of shape there. Was able to hold on to it. What a great save for that number 7, but he's going to fall back to 7th right now, all the way from 4th. And now Rapp putting the pressure on on Nick Seraph. That's what 14-lap pressure tires might be able to get you here. Seraph tags the wall. Pienza trying to follow suit in that number 55 machine. Now there's Ayers right ahead, the number 7. Might have put a whole lot of heat in his tires with that massive save he had the lap prior. So I'm interested to see, can Rapp continue charging forward here? Looks like we're starting to get a little bit of steam built up for these drivers. Brian Brope still getting chased by Chris Smith, the number 28. So Brope's going to hold on to 4th here. We go back to Evan Pienza. He is side by side with Rapp in that battle for 8th. Both of these drivers came down pit road to lap 48. We think Rapp took 4 tires. We think Pienza might have taken 2, and a little bit of an uncharacteristic mistake there from Rapp as he drags the wall, gets slowed way down. And there goes Pienza in the 55. That's going to be his 3rd spot gain. And now Seraph's going to try and pay the favor back here to Rapp. Trying to be careful for everybody to avoid any sort of contact. Looks like everybody's going to get sorted back in here. Now we go back up front. Jacob Bradley rocking and rolling the number 50. One of the cleanest race trucks we still have out on track. He holds 9/10 up over Zach Roethlisberger. 1.3 seconds up over Hunter Gio. Looks like Gio's closing up on the back of that 93 Ford of Roethlisberger. And these two are almost 2 full seconds up over 4th place back. That's going to be Brian Brobst and Chris Smith. Linked up nose to tail for 4th. Little shy of 40 laps left to go here. And with Roethlisberger and Gio linked up nose to tail, Gio having to fight the dirty air off the back of the 93. That is allowing Bradley to extend that lead just ever so slightly. And if we pan back to Chris Smith at number 28, you can see Brian Brobst, Peter Stewart, Charles Ayers, and just barely Evan Pienta, Johnny Rapp. So a fairly big clump of drivers running 4th through about 9th here. There's Ayers on the back of Stewart. That big moment for the number 7 machine's not going to do his tires any favor. And at this point, now that we've had a little bit of a green flag run, I think some drivers who weren't expecting this are going to be hoping for a caution for an opportunity to grab some fresh tires underneath them. There's Rapp and Pienta still linked up 8th and 9th. Trying to crawl their way forward here with 35 laps left to go here this feature event. Now it looks like Ayers has managed to work himself back up into 6th, getting around Peter Stewart, the friendly Canadian, that number 91 machine, and here comes Pienta. Trying to force Stewart into losing 2 spots in 1 lap. Pienta pulls up along the inside line here. Can he get a run? Looks like Stewart dragged the wall ever so slightly. He's hard up against the outside wall. Pienta and Rapp trying to capitalize on Stewart's misfortune. Stewart falls back to 9th. Pienta and Rapp both grab a spot the easy way. So great racing all across the track. You're watching about a 4-truck battle for 6th. Bradley 1.2 seconds up over the rest of the field. Roethlisberger and Gio 2nd and 3rd. Separated by only about 4/10, but around goes Pienta. Oh, and narrowly avoids getting cleaned out further by the field. What happens here with Pienta? He's the number 55 machine. Can't tell if the 06 of Steve Vest came down there or if Pienta was going up. And then here comes Nick Serif. Almost cleaned out the front of Pienta. Luckily, nobody else tied up in that one. And that's going to be our 8th caution of the night. And it looks like everybody's going to come down pit road here. with this restart, it's going to put us right around 25 laps left to go. Looks like Gio, the number 33, is going to be on a 2-tire strategy here. And for the first time tonight, Jacob Bradley will be starting from the second place position. Gio's in that top spot. Roethlisberger and Smith still make up the second row. Brian Probst and Charles Ayers will make up the third row here. Ayers, our current hard charger, up 11 spots. Tip of the hat, though, to Dave Grajewski, the number 6. He's gained 10 positions so far this evening. We are green flag racing once more as we get ready to click it over. 25 laps left to go. Roethlisberger going to make a quick lunge in that second, or up for that second place spot, as Rapp was briefly against the wall, but we're going to have another caution. It's going to be a big one here. Looks like Nick Seraph, Charles Ayers, Clifton Simmons, Chase Berry all tied up in that one. But let's see if we can figure out where that one started, because it's going to really damage quite a few trucks. We're focusing on Chase Berry in the 46 machine up on the high side. It looks like it's going to be ahead of him here. Somehow that was Charles Ayers tied up in the original incident as everybody comes barreling in here. There's Simmons with a hard hit to Ayers, so let's focus in. Ayers in the number 11 of Bob Probst. Let's back that one up a little bit. They're leaning on each other. I'm watching the lines here in the middle of the track. That's a tough one to call. I think that was just two drivers trying to occupy the same spot here. Looks like Probst was pretty well online. And him and Ayers just continue to make contact. That's going to put Ayers in a very precarious spot. Here comes Nick Seraph, the 67 machine, in a very difficult spot. Nowhere to go. He gets into Ayers. Here comes the 91, glancing below there. That's going to tag Chase Berry in the 46. The number 8 of Ellis Thomas gets collected. And there's Clifton Simmons with a hard blow, the number 7, right in the side door. And that will be our 9th caution of the evening. Now it's going to be Gio and Roethlisberger on the front row. Bradley Smith, your second row. Brian Probst and Johnny Rapp will be the third row. We're going to keep an eye out on the number 11 machine and see if he gets sent to the back here with an EOL. I'm not sure how race control is going to call that one. Evan Pienta, Charles Ayers down pit road. Ellis Thomas, the number 8 machine, also on pit road. I don't think we're going to hit 12 cautions tonight, but by golly, we're going to get close to using all of them here. Looks like it's going to be 20 laps left to go on this start as we're gridded up double file, waiting for that iRacing safety car to come down pit road. Gio, that 33 machine, starting in the number 1 spot. He's on a little bit different strategy than everybody. We think he's only took 2 tires. Safety cars down pit road. And we are green flag racing here at the Spark Truck Series. Gio with a great launch here. Roethlisberger on the high side is going to try and fend off Jacob Bradley. Bradley's been so extremely quick all night long, but now Roethlisberger in that preferred spot. He's going to move up into second. Here comes Chris Smith, the number 28 machine, trying to keep Bradley pinned down low, but Bradley takes back over that preferred line, but 19 laps left to go. Is Bradley going to be able to make a lunge back towards the front? Gio and Roethlisberger first and second, both up 1 position from where they qualified. And Gio is on the gas here in that 33, has built up a 3/10 advantage over the rest of the field. As it looks like things were stacking up a little bit there. I saw Liedl, Rapp, Stewart, Brian Probst all in a pack here. Liedl gets a little bit out of shape. The field has the check up behind him. I'm not sure where Liedl came from, but he's now up 12 positions. Make it 11 as there's a big send from Johnny Rapp in the 52, and there goes Dave Grajewski up on the high side. Oh, contact with Grajewski and Liedl. Peter Stewart narrowly able to avoid that one. Here comes Nick Seraph. Liedl's going the wrong way on the board here. And we still got some great racing left to go here on a Wednesday night. Seraph gets in the back of Liedl. Liedl takes a hard hit to the inside wall. Caution is out, our 10th one of the evening. And Robert Liedl getting pulverized there. He was up 12 spots, so hate to see that happen. He had a fantastic run. We're focusing on Liedl, the number 80 machine. Oh, that's what happened. Grajewski was getting loose, out of shape. Liedl checked up. Seraph didn't realize it. And then poor Liedl paid the price for driving politely. He lifted to avoid getting to the back of Dave Grajewski, and that might have ruined the night for the number 80. Liedl's going to be on pit road for an extended stay, I think. That was a hard hit to the nose of his number 80 Ford F-150. So again, it's going to be Gio and Roethlisberger, your front row. Bradley and Smith, your second row. Brian Probst and Johnny Rapp, your third row. So Rapp has to be happy with these cautions. He's been able to slowly work his way up each and every time. There goes the 06 of Steve Veskin, the lucky dog wave around here at Lucas Oil Raceway. We might still hit 12 cautions here tonight if everybody keeps trying their best. To give the guys the credit, we had a pretty decent green flag run there. If Robert Liedl's not able to get out on track, that's going to leave us 16 drivers remaining, all of which will be on the lead lap here. I'm keeping an eye out on Jacob Bradley, that number 50 machine. He is going to be hungry here to get back up front. That's going to be a big ask, though, with Gio and Roethlisberger, how consistently they've been running in those top spots. And Bradley in a tougher spot. He's going to be starting on that inside line, so Chris Smith might have some track position here as we are gridded up double file. So we're going to go one more lap of caution or pacing here behind the safety car. And that's going to put us 10 laps left to go on this restart. Now, we do have one green-white checker attempt, one overtime attempt if we have some more incidents within 3 laps of the checker. I don't believe we used the green-white checker attempt so far this season, but we might be using it here tonight with how things have went for these drivers. Safety car is in. Gio on the gas as we are green flag racing. Roethlisberger tucks in behind. Keep an eye out. There's Chris Smith trying to work that outside line, carrying a little bit more speed than than Bradley, the number 50. Bradley wants to get back in a podium spot as quickly as he can. But Bradley also might be banking on another caution here. That would be quite the gamble, but if we get another caution, and if Bradley's sitting in 4th, he would be back on that preferred high side, but he's going to make the move and do so cleanly against Chris Smith, putting Bradley back up into a podium spot here. 9 laps left to go. It's Gio, Roethlisberger, Bradley, 1, 2, 3. Smith and Rapp rounding out the top 5 here, as it looks like Brian Brope's making a move in the number 11 machine, trying to pull up along the inside line of Rapp. You've got Evan Pienta sitting back in 7th, as somebody had a bit of a moment there. Pienta trying to gain a spot against Peter Stewart. Pienta came down through it on lap 103. He was in there for 30 seconds. Did he have a set of tires behind the wall, I wonder? Oh, I just saw out of the corner of my eye, Dave Grajewski going for a ride. Able to hold on to it here. Does not want to bring out another caution. Brian Brobes works his way up into 5th. That number 11 Toyota. Getting around Johnny Rapp, and now Rapp's going to have company from Evan Pienta. So I think Rapp finding himself with a little bit more tire wear than he was looking for. 6 laps left to go. Pienta trying to make that pass for 6th. Little bit of contact there as Charles Ayers looking for an opening. Being chased by Peter Stewart. We're 3 wide here at Lucas. Hold it together, gentlemen. Little bit of contact between Ayers and Pienta. They touch it again. Wraps up on the high side. Pienta trying to push him down track, letting him know he's not happy with this. But Ayers is going to make it a 2-for-1. Moving up into what was briefly 6, but Rapp's going to pass him right back. That's going to put Pienta right in the back of the number 7 machine. He might be looking for some payback here as we are 4 laps left to go. Ayers gets loose, and Seraph is going to bring out a caution, and we're going to use a green-white checker attempt, our 11th caution of the night. So let's see what happened to Seraph here in the 67. Looks like he's going to be by himself. What happens to the 67? Gets a little bit loose. Tries to chase the truck, but a huge impact for the Bass Pro back. Say that 5 times fast. Back number 67. Seraph tried to take a tow before the caution came out, but no such luck. And that's going to put us into overtime conditions for what I believe is the first time this season. So what happens now, ladies and gentlemen, if the race leader can take the white flag without a yellow being thrown, we will finish under green flag conditions. If after this restart we have another caution, before the race leader has taken the white flag, we will end this event under caution. Your front row for the final time here tonight will be Hunter Gio, Zach Roethlisberger, first and second. You've got Jacob Bradley, Chris Smith will make up your second row, and Brian Probst and Johnny Rapp will make up the third row. We kind of joked early on tonight about having 12 cautions. If we finish under yellow, that's going to be the case for these drivers. Old John Rapp Sr. got me with the dad joke. He said that 5 times fast. That's a good one. I got it. We're big fans of dad jokes here at Team Goon Squad up in the broadcast booth. Let me know your predictions out there. Are we going to finish this thing under green, or is it going to be a caution accompanying the checkered here tonight? Safety car should be in this time by. And for better or worse, this is going to be the final restart of the evening. Gio going to try his best to get a fantastic launch. Does not want to get pinned up alongside Roethlisberger. Safety car should be in this lap. Safety car is in for the final time here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Who's it gonna be winning such a grueling event that only has 15 drivers still out on track here? Gio gets the launch he was looking for. He's gonna quickly move up to the high side. Johnny Rapp trying to muscle his way and hold on to third because he's got Chris Smith, the number 28, up high. 2 laps left to go. Bradley shows up into second, but Roethlisberger fires back here. As we are 3 wide, I think, right behind. That can't possibly be right. There we go, getting back into a 2-line formation. Charles Ayer's going to lose a couple spots here. Hunter Gio up front. Zach Roethlisberger in second. Jacob Bradley showing in third. Dave Grajewski involved in a last lap incident. Takes a tow back down pit road. The checkered flag is out. And it's going to be Hunter Gio picks up the win here at Lucas Oil. Zach Roethlisberger in second, and Jacob Bradley will round out the top 3. What a grueling night, 11 cautions. And let's get the camera pointed at the right guy. Hunter Gio is going to burn it down in that 33 Ford F-150, a well-deserved win. As we're trying to get our top 3 drivers up here to victory lane. We've got Roethlisberger Now we're just waiting on Hunter. So let's get the interview started here. We're going to start things off with Mr. Jacob Bradley, the number 50 machine. Jacob, I know this probably isn't the night you were looking for, but with how the cautions were thrown, surely you've got to be pleased with some good points and a clean race truck.
Yeah, I gotta appreciate having a good, clean truck and leading all those laps. It was definitely a good race. I thought I had the best long run truck throughout most of the race. I wasn't really strong on the short run, and I should have taken 2 on that last stop if I wanted to keep control.
Now, Jacob, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we really didn't have any long green flag runs here tonight. So, despite what you're saying not being a short run truck, it seemed like you were holding on great there.
Yeah, we didn't have that many long runs, but I think I would really start to pick up after the tires built heat. It'd take like 5 to 7 laps, and then I could start just clicking them off. But the 33 and the 93, they were with me all race, and Hunter made a really good strategy call, and he made the right call. It put him in victory lane.
Jacob, next week we go to the road course at Sonoma. What's the feelings, what the sentiment there for you and the number 50 machine with a few right-handers thrown in the fray?
Well, there's going to be another new winner. I'm not going to be there. I got to work at IRP, coincidentally, because I work there. But I hope it's going to be a good race. I know we're going to have some good competition, and maybe last season's road course winner, Johnny Rapp, could pick up one.
Well, Jacob, it's always a pleasure talking to you, bud. Still a great night, a dominant drive until the end here, and still able to pull a third-place finish. Before I let you go and unwind from this one, who do you want to give a shout to that helped make it happen?
I want to thank all of the league's admins that helped me put this on. Johnny, Randy, Robert, Dade, Evan, Nathan. They all helped me put this together. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I want to thank you for doing the broadcast for us.
Oh, always a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me, and hopefully we'll have you back up here in 2 weeks when you're back out on track.
Yep.
That was Jacob Bradley bringing it home in second. Up next, we've got Zach Roethlisberger. Join me, the number 93 machine. Zach, it was a bunch of cautions punctuated by some racing here at Lucas Oil, but seems like you and Gio were still able to pull some strategy out here at the end.
Yeah, well, I wish I had taken the 2 tires that he had taken there in the last stop. I took 4 with Jacob and was able to get around him on a restart. Just him being on the outside. But 2 tires was the call, and Hunter made that call tonight and definitely put himself in a great position because of it. It was something that I had pondered doing coming into that last stop there, and I just didn't have the cojones to try it, and he did, and it certainly paid off for him.
Well, I mean, it seemed like it worked out well. And for Zach, for me and the fans at home, what's the difference in how the truck feels taking 4 fresh tires versus just 2 on the right?
I'm not sure. I hadn't taken 2 all race. To me, it looked like he was able to maintain speed there on the short run. And it really didn't seem to affect him. I think if we would have had more time there, I think you would have saw that pay dividends there. And we would have been able to get around him, Jacob and myself. But yeah, it seemed like for that 30 lap stint there, he definitely made the right call, Hunter, and taking the 2 tires instead of Jacob and I taking 4.
Zach, it was a ton of fun for us to watch up here in the booth. Before I let you go and unwind, because it's been a long night, who do you want to give a shout to that helped put you up in the 2nd place spot?
Just thank all the league admins for everything they do and giving us a platform to race. Thank you for broadcasting and taking time out of your day to showcase us and giving us an opportunity to go back and watch. Definitely much appreciated.
Well, couldn't do it without you guys. Zach, welcome up here to the booth, and hopefully we'll have you up here more throughout the season, bud.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Zach Roethlisberger bringing it home in 2nd. But up now, we've got Hunter Gio joining me, that number 33 machine. The pink and black looking clean, and what a great win for you out there.
Yeah, it was a crazy race. We took those 2 tires on that last pit stop and didn't know if it would hang on, but it did pretty well.
Now, Hunter, I mean, both Zach and Jacob were saying, darn it, we should have taken 2 like Hunter. What was the driving force behind that decision? Were you trying to get the truck to rotate more with the worn out lefts, or was that just all the tires you had behind the wall at that point?
You know, honestly, I just kind of figured even with 4 tires, it was going to be rough passing both of them. So I was like, we'll take these 2, hope for the best, hopefully we have grip, and luckily we did.
It seemed like it worked out well for you, and everybody was talking about strategy here and planning, but with the amount of cautions and then a surprise 30-lap run, how difficult did that make that to really get any sort of groove going out there?
Yeah, like this is a very rhythm track, and you get a lot of cautions like that. It makes it rough, especially when you take 2 like that. You know, coming into that first restart, I didn't know if it was gonna stick. I'm out of my groove. Like, what's gonna happen here? And luckily, we just, able to get it home for the win and get it clean.
Well, hey, super cool to have you up here. The 33 Ford F-150, a great win for you and everybody else out on track supporting you. Super cool to see. And Hunter, you've got the privilege, the pleasure, the final send-offs of the night. Who do you want to give a shout out to that helped make it happen here?
Of course, we got to shout out the Spark Racing League, but also anybody out there watching the broadcast and just showing love to the stream. It means a lot.
Awesome. Hunter, welcome to the top spot. Hopefully one of many more to come, and hopefully we'll have you up here in the following week, sir.
Thank you.
That was Hunter Gio bringing it home in the top spot here at Lucas Oil. We had crashes, we had cautions, and we had a winner with Hunter Gio. He was accompanied by Zach Roethlisberger in second, and Jacob Bradley rounding out the top 3. On behalf of the Spark Truck Series here at the Spark Racing League, my name has been James East with Team Goon Squad Broadcasting. Thank you all so much for sticking it out with us, enjoying some great racing, and I'll see you all same time, same place next week. Have a great night, everybody.